everybody, I'm Husky Light. Thank you for stopping by. I wanted to talk about changing our story, talk about our twin flame journey, talk about how we need to get out of the vibration or the frequency of being in separation. Now, I've been thinking on this for a few days. I've been getting guidance, messages through from my angels ever since I went into separation, and I refuse to tell myself that story. I refuse to believe that story that I am in separation. It's not giving myself false hope. It's not giving myself false promises. We all firmly believe that we will come into our twin flame relationship. We're already in union. Our twin flame is already in the spiritual guiding us. We're already guiding them. We're always in union. We're always together in that way, but we don't see it in the 3D sense. On this journey, I have multiple synchronicities every day. Sometimes I have a lull in them where I don't see much, and then other days I've got 1111s and 22s and 33s and 44s and popping out at me. I have got things repeating themselves to me multiple times a day, and I've been asking the question lately, why is it that all this random shite, because that's what it is sometimes, it's just random stuff, comes up multiple times a day that shows me that I am repeating things, that I am co-creating, that I am physically bringing things out into the physical from thoughts or from things that I see. And it's because I'm not attached to them. That's the whole reason that I see them. Some of you may remember a missing cat photograph that I saw in the vets a few months ago. Different from the saving a cat that had been run over and that. Different story. But I'd seen a missing cat poster in the vets with a big fat ginger cat on it. And I think at least 3-4 times during the remainder of the day I saw what looked to be that very, very same cat sort of walk across the car park at the local supermarket. It came out from behind the Chinese takeaway. It walked across the road in front of me. It was under a car. It was there. It was appearing everywhere. And I kept thinking, why am I seeing this cat? Am I supposed to save this cat? Am I supposed to find this cat? What's going on? And as the days went by and as I started to notice more and more of other things that I randomly saw during the day being repeated, I'll give you examples, and then I'll try and explain why this is happening, because it will be happening to you. And it is simply because you're co-creating. Another example would be, I went camping last night, out into the forest next to a big beautiful lake, and the trees are sort of hanging down into the lake, all very beautiful, wind swaying in the trees. I wanted to get back to nature. I wanted to take a break just for one night, just sort of try and ground myself, get back into nature, get away from technology, things like that. The very first video I saw on YouTube when I came home was a lad saying, I'm just going to do a video while I'm out on my hike and I'll just show you around. And he swung the camera around and he's right next to a beautiful lake with trees hanging into the water and all the rest. And he's in America, and not the lake that I was at or anything like that, but it looked exactly the same. There are countless examples on a day-to-day basis. I even spoke to somebody, a friend, about the missing cat the other day, and the missing cat poster, using it as an example. And I went into a bar later with my daughter's dad, and had a soft drink, by the way. Went in there, and right behind the counter of this bar was a missing cat poster, and I'd only been speaking about it previously, a couple of hours beforehand. So again, I manifested this bloody cat poster again, and it just happens so many times. And I know that if you're seeing the numbers and you're seeing things, you're materializing as well. You're co-creating, you're bringing things out into the physical. You will see, and you will see it when you're not thinking about them, about your twin flame. You will see their name everywhere, or you will see twins everywhere, or you will hear the word twins, or you'll see it written on a magazine, or there will be things there to remind you that you're still on the twin flame journey, that things are still happening for you, that you are on that frequency. And usually when that is happening, it's when you're in a happy, a high vibrational mood, you're not thinking about it too much, things are going well for you, you're nurturing yourself, and they will start to appear, and you're like, whoa, where are these coming from? Does this mean that it's round the corner, that he's coming or she's coming, and is it about to happen? It's not. It's because you're getting up into that vibration. Now, from what I have come to understand the past few days, after asking the question, why does this happen? Why am I seeing random stuff? Why can I not materialise a big bag of money? Why can I not materialise my twin flame in front of me? It's because you have resistance to those things. You have resistance to your twin flame. You have resistance to money sometimes. You have resistance probably to other things in your life that you're trying to create or manifest into your life. The random stuff that's coming about, I have no resistance to it whatsoever. It means nothing to me. It's random. It's a passing thought through my head. I thought about it for a few moments, let it go, and then it starts to materialize. It's because it's random, because we're not thinking, because we're not attached to it. So on the basis of, and these are the answers that came through to me, it is us producing it to a certain extent. On the other hand, sometimes, obviously, we do have angel messages come through. We do have confirmation come through when we ask questions, whatever we need confirmation on, and we usually ask for it 3 times, to see it 3 times. That is confirmation from our guides and angels saying, yes, you're on the right path. This is confirmation. You're doing all right. You are in vibrational alignment with your thoughts. And as such, you are manifesting things into the physical that you can see. So when we think about our twin flames, and we think we're in separation, we're in separation, we're in separation, we're in separation, and you have an attachment to that, then guess what? We're going to be in separation. The universe is neutral. The universe goes mostly off feelings, actually, more than thoughts. It's the feelings that are associated with the thoughts, and they're pretty neutral. And they will bring, the universe will bring, your guides and angels will bring you what you are vibrationally in frequency with, what you are aligning with. Now, if you are aligning with the fact that you are in separation with your twin, then the universe is going to bring you that. We talk all the time about we have to get rid of the resistance, we have to get rid of the attachment to them. We have to let it go. We have to let go of missing them. We have to let go of thinking about them constantly, texting them, emailing them, trying to get their attention, trying to do whatever we can to keep reminding them, yes, we're still here, we're still in your life, you're not getting away that easily, whatever it is. Once we let go of that, once we go into separation and truly let go, then they start to come back to us. Now, for me personally, when I've been in separation before, which hasn't been very often, to be honest, there's always been some sort of contact there, but maybe about a year ago. There was a little bit of separation, and I started to use, I thought, okay, I'm a co-creator, I'm manifesting my own reality here. And instead of thinking to myself, oh my goodness, he never calls, he never gets hold of me, he never does this, he never does that, he never bothers about how I'm feeling, he never wonders how I am, I switched my story round. I started to say to myself, I started to give myself new affirmations. He is calling me more, he is emailing me more, he loves me very much, he's always thinking about me, he is physically with me, we are in a twin flame relationship, he is here with me, he is coming to me every day more and more on a physical basis, he is with me, every day more and more we are together, every day more and more he is emailing me, he is phoning, and I kept on and on and on. Every morning, every night before I went to sleep, and I did that, and during the day I forgot about it. I did let go of the thoughts so that I could release it up to my angels. But over time, I don't know how many, I didn't time it, probably maybe a month, 6 weeks, he started to come forward. He started to email me more, text me more, say hello to me more, want to see me more, and he started to come forward. Now this is because I was bringing him into my reality. I hadn't forgotten about him and thought, oh well, we're in separation, I'm just going to completely forget about him. I started to bring him into my existence, manifest him into my reality. A few of you may not agree with this, but to me, this is my story. I do not want to say or keep saying I'm in separation, because the universe will give me that. They will keep doing that. Things will take longer. The longer we put up the resistance, the longer it's going to take. So take down all of the resistance. If you are with them, or you're married to someone, or you're with a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever, and you're in a stable, healthy relationship, when they go out to work, or they go out with their friends, or they're doing whatever they're doing, we rarely think about them. You don't bother. You already have that security within you that you are together. So you get on with stuff, you get on with your own work, you get on with your own things, you go out and see your friends, you go out and go and do things that you want to do, because you have a safety and security of your own, that you are in a relationship, you're in a stable relationship, you're with them. You don't have to think about them 24 hours a day, you don't have to talk about them 24 hours a day, you just have an inner knowing that you're together, and that's the end of it. So why can we not take that same concept and apply it to the way things are now? And like I said, you're bringing them in, but let that feeling go at the same time, till it gets to the point where you're saying it, but you're not attaching a ton of feelings behind it. You're in that place of just knowing and believing, and in that place of just knowing everything's okay. And by doing that, it stops you missing them. It stops you thinking about them so much. It stops you having any sort of... Because as soon as you miss them, you're putting up resistance. If you're thinking about them all the time, you're putting up resistance. If you are wishing your life was different than it is, you're putting up to resistance to what the universe wants to bring you. So we don't do that anymore. We just know. We know we are together. That's it. Stop the missing, stop everything else. Assume and know and believe and act as if you are already in the relationship, as if you are already there with them in the physical. Which means you're not missing them, you're not doing any of that anymore, you are giving up resistance to it, and you are letting go as well, because you're letting go of the fear, the doubt, the everything else that goes along with it. So by doing that, you're letting go. So you say the affirmation a few times in the morning to yourself, say the affirmations a few times at night before you go to sleep, and during the day you already know that you're with them. You forget about them. That's it. This is about changing your story. Changing your story. I have somebody I know who used to have cancer, and their story is, when you meet them for the first time now, that's one of the first things they will say to you. I used to have cancer. That's part of their story, and it's ingrained in them, and they tell it to them. But because it's ingrained and they tell it all the time, they still have that vibrational feeling that they had cancer. They haven't moved on from that. They haven't changed their story. And I have said and turned around and says, yes, but you're well now. You are healthy now. You are feeling wonderful now. Yeah, but I used to have cancer. Okay? But it's not in your reality as it is now. Don't bring it back into your reality. Don't bring that vibration forward with you into today. If you keep talking about it, if you keep thinking about it, if you cannot put it into the past where it needs to be and move forward from that, then there's a good chance it will come back in. There's a good chance there's going to be a relapse or something there, because you are dwelling on it and thinking about it. So we are co-creating on a day-to-day basis. We are things that the numbers, the signs, everything that come through, it's you that's creating those, plus confirmations that come in from your guides and angels to assure you and let you know that you're still on the twin flame journey, that you're still on the twin flame path. So isn't it logical to get rid of the feelings of missing and doubting and fear and everything else? And are they going to come back? Just assume that they're already with you. Assume that they've gone out to work. They're doing humanitarian work in another country. They're doing this, they're doing that. Also, thinking about them and thinking, oh God, what are they thinking of me at the moment, and what are they doing, and have they got a new boyfriend, or have they got a new girlfriend? Or don't think in that way. Just assume that they're already with you, therefore they're not going to be with anybody else. Or assume that we don't know what they're doing on a day-to-day basis, because we're not talking to them, so we don't know what's going on with them. But instead of putting the fear and doubt of, oh my God, they're going to go off with somebody else, they're going to do something, or this is going to happen, or that's going to happen, what's going to be happening to them, if you believe it, is they're going to be learning their own lessons, they're going to be growing, they're going to be waking up. They've got people coming in and out of their life who are helping them along the path to awakening, helping along their twin flame path, and that's what's happening with them. How do you know that they're not sat at home listening to twin flame videos? Use your imagination, use your visualization, which is your gift, which is one of your twin flame gifts that you have been given. Your pre-cognizance, your knowing, your synchronicities, your signs that come through, your psychic abilities, all of these things are gifts as part of the twin flame journey. So start to use them, visualize what they're doing, visualize them growing while sending them love and appreciation and unconditional love and forgiveness and everything else. All the problems that you have had in the past, get rid of them, drop them. They don't matter anymore. They're in the past. Don't bring them into the present. Don't think about them. Don't go over them. When your twin flame comes back, you want them to be spiritually growing. You want them to be in a different place. The person that you met, whenever that was, whether it was 10 years ago or 5 years ago or 3 years ago, is not the same person that person is today. Look how much as a twin flame you have grown. You have spiritually evolved on a day-to-day basis. You're not even the same person that you were last week compared to the person that you are today. So we cannot assume that they're not growing and they're not changing and they're not evolving, because they are. Just because we can't see them doesn't mean that they're not doing that. So this is about changing your belief system to a certain extent, changing the story that you tell yourself every day. And by doing that, it helps you to put aside feelings of fear and doubt and missing them and worry about them. And in turn, by doing that, it lowers your resistance, it drops your resistance, and it keeps your momentum going. And it also stops you, it keeps you in vibrational alignment. You will still be seeing the signs, you will still be seeing things manifest into reality for you from the things that you see, that you're not putting any attachment to, that you're not putting up resistance to. And that's your confirmation that you're still on the journey. It will stop you going back into old habits of, oh my god, sod it, they're not here. Excuse me, they're not here, this isn't happening, it's never going to happen. Those are going to be put to one side because you're just assuming that you're already still together. That's it. It's the same as knowing, it's almost the same as knowing that on a spiritual basis you are completely together and in union, and they're not going anywhere, and you're working together with each other, and you are on the spiritual realms. But change your story, tweak it a little bit. Don't concentrate on the separation part of this. I hope this is making sense to you. We are going through such an evolution, through such changes in our life. Before we awakened, before we started on this twin journey, we could not have even imagined in our wildest dreams what this journey would be like. And it's amazing. It can be frustrating sometimes, but most of the time it's just amazing. Give thanks every day for it. And I hope that this gives you a little bit of comfort, inspiration, something just to keep going, with, to keep it up. The world, the planet, the universe needs twin flames, whether you are together physically or not together physically. There is a timing for each and every one of you to come together, and we don't know what that timing is. We don't know what that date is. And some will say, well, it doesn't matter what we think, because we're going to come together on a certain date. Well, I think if we don't think positively, if we don't continue to believe, I think that date would change, or I think it may delay it, or I think it, we don't know. And that's only my opinion, so you don't have to take that. Just take what resonates with you. Only take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. I personally feel better about the whole thing, about the journey, about the separation, by just assuming and thinking and believing that we are together anyway. We are together in the physical, and he's travelling the world at the moment. He's doing his own thing, and he's fine, and everything's good with him, and he's got my unconditional love, and he's spiritually growing, and that's it. But we are together. I feel like I want to take the word separation out of the equation, because I don't like it, because to me, as soon as I say that word or think it puts up a resistance there to me. So this is living your life to the fullest, being as happy as you can, being as positive as you can each and every day, becoming independent, nurturing yourself, loving yourself, being your own amazing self, and coming back to the wholeness of the one. But at the same time, not dwelling or thinking about the fact that there's a separation, because there isn't. And knowing that you have an influence on that, you're still on that journey. As long as you are seeing the signs and everything else, you're still on that journey until the day that stops, which I don't think it will. I firmly believe that it won't. I think once you're awake, that's it for the rest of our lives. We're on an ascension. We're going up into 5D. When we're seeing the signs, when we're co-creating, when we're repeating things on a day-to-day basis, by seeing things and then we see it again, and then we see it again, and then we see it again, this is 5D. This is moving up into 5D because our brains, our reality is working in a completely different way to how we ever knew it before. So that's us moving up in vibration, that's us ascending. And there is that really, we need to be on the light side, we need to be on the good, positive side of things. This is more important than ever with world events and what's going on in the world today. There is so much darkness, but there is so much light as well. And that light is overtaking the darkness. And when the light completely overtakes the darkness, I want to be in the light side. I don't want to be on the dark side, I want to be on the light side. So it's a continual, effortless journey that we need to be on, full of joy and peace and happiness. And I think the message really is, do whatever you need to do to keep that joy and happiness and that peace within you, to be able to go through each day without thinking about them, without missing them, without knowing them being in your life. It's a belief that they're already there, that they're already coming back to you. They're already with you. And therefore, if they're already with you, there's nothing to miss. There's nothing to get upset about. There's nothing. And that way you're keeping your vibration high. And you're coming back to the oneness of yourself. You're feeling complete and whole within yourself, knowing what you know. So I'm going to stop there before I witter on anymore. But I hope that helps. I really hope that that helps you. Just my take on things at the moment. My take on it. Feel free to interject, comment, agree, disagree, but this is really about whatever you can do at this time to make yourself feel better, to be working on yourself, to focus on yourself. If you already assume and believe that they're already with you, then you're not missing them. If you're not missing them, that means you are focusing on yourself, which is what you need to be doing at the moment. So take care. Namaste. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.